If you would have told me at the beginning of the playoffs there would only be one NBA playoff series with the possibility of a sweep, I probably would have called you crazy. I'm not gonna lie, but that's where we sitting at right now. The only series where a team hasn't taken a game is the OKC Thunder versus the Phoenix Suns, which unfortunately is well expected. Every single team in every other series has at least taken one game, some even taken two, tying up their series right now. And I mean, this has just been, it's been an amazing playoffs. I'm not even gonna lie to you. The storylines, the games, we got LeBron showing off, going crazy. They up 3-1 right now. We got Ayo Dosunmu, the Ayo Dosunmu game. Yes, the Ayo Dosunmu game, 40 ball from him. They're up 3-1 on the Denver Nuggets right now. We're not looking so hot. The San Antonio Spurs, they get Victor Wembanyama back in their last game. They are now going up 3-1. Obviously, probably the talk of the Eastern Conference. The Detroit Pistons are down 2-1 to the Orlando Magic as I'm speaking to you right now. They have a game at 8 o'clock, but it's not looking good for them boys. The Cavaliers and the Raptors, they tie up their series yesterday it was an absolute dogfight, and unfortunately probably the most interesting game yesterday, even though both teams shot abysmally, but last night's slate of games were not the best, I'm not gonna lie to you. The Knicks and the Hawks also tied up at 2-2. Probably the most interesting playoff series that we have so far. Can't wait to get into that. And last but not least, the Boston Celtics and the 76ers. It's looking pretty much over if you ask me. I mean, Joel Embiid came back. He looked okay, but that series is looking pretty much over. But I want to get into the games tonight. Tonight, obviously the first game, the Detroit Pistons going up against the Orlando Magic. Detroit has their backs up against the wall, dog. Cade Cunningham, he's got to show up. He's been showing up, but last game he had a little iffy. He got it going at the end, but he's got to show up from the jump. Jalen Duren, you got to earn that contract, man. Plain and simple, you got to earn your contract. This is where you earn your contract. So far in this playoffs, he has not looked good, not okay. He's looked bad. Wendell Carter Jr. has been spanking that ass, and that's just point blank period, that's the truth. Seriously. I mean, at every aspect of the game, Jalen Duren has just been getting bullied and bitched on the court. Ausar Thompson, he's looked solid, but his lack of shooting is proven to be something that Detroit just, they can't really work around it right now because nobody else can really shoot the ball well enough to keep Ausar Thompson on the floor. As for the Magic, they look like the Magic that we expected all season long. They're finally healthy. They're finally rallying around each other. You know, they're rallying around Jamal Mosley, and they look good, and they match up really well with this Detroit Pistons team. If you saw my last video, I kind of think they lost that first playing game on purpose, but that's just me. And I mean, I honestly expect Orlando to go back home and get them a win. And I do expect Detroit to be down 3-1, but maybe that's what they need. Maybe that's what they need to light a fire up under their ass if it hasn't been lit up already. Because, I mean, losing as a 1 seed to the Orlando Magic, who has been probably the laughingstock of the NBA all year, that ain't too good, man. But they definitely gonna have to make some changes, win or loss in this series and win or loss in this game. They're gonna have to make some changes. They're gonna have to get another creator around Cade. They're gonna have to get some more shooting around Cade. They just offensively, they're so limited, and JB Bickerstaff is not a creative offensive mind. So, I mean, their offense can look pretty bad at times, and this is not the team to go up against and have a bad offense in the Orlando Magic. They really hunkered down on their defensive end. Paolo has looked like the Paolo we've come to expect. Playoff Paolo, like I said, is real. Desmond Bane had a great game last game. Franz Wagner has come along as he's played, coming from his injury, he's come along. Anthony Black has shown some good minutes. Jalen Suggs has really been the engine of this entire run for the Orlando Magic since the play-in games. And I mean, like I said, Wendell Carter, he's winning his matchup against Jalen Duren, and they're getting at least something from every single one of their guys. They're getting a little something from everybody, and from the guys that they really need, they're getting a lot. And you can't really ask for more if you're Jamal Mosley and that coaching staff. So you just kind of keep riding the high that you're on right now, and hopefully it can lead you into the next round. And speaking of riding highs, pause, the Toronto Raptors and the Cleveland Cavaliers. I thought this series was over after Cleveland went up 2-0. I'm just be honest. I thought it was over. Scotty Air Barnes has proven me wrong. He's come out these last 2 games and he's just been a complete dog, doing everything on the floor. Scoring, rebounding, assists, steals, defense, blocks, everything. You ask him to go get your water, Scotty Barnes, he there. He's been doing everything for this Toronto Raptors team, and he's needed to, especially with BI. He's been playing like shit. Simple. He's been playing like shit. So Scotty Barnes has had to pick up the load, and I think that, his development as a scorer is really showing, especially in these last 2 games. But in this series in general, I think he's had, 2 30-point games, and I think I forget what he's averaging, but I think he's had 2 30-point games in this series. And obviously Cleveland isn't the best of defensive teams, but even still, Scotty, he's finding a way to get to the rim. And especially that I love that he's figured out, like, okay, if we can't get fast breaks, let's make our own fast break off a made free throw, off a made layup. Get it to me and I'm gone. I'm getting straight to the rim and I'm kicking out, or I'm getting to a layup, or I'm getting to a dunk. And he's found success doing that, and it's helped this Toronto Raptors team. And I mean, everybody else, they had an amazing game in Game 3, shooting the ball 60% from 3. Probably will not happen again for this squad, and especially as you saw last game, 30% from the field, 16% from 3. But they pulled out the win, and honestly, in a game like that where both sides are struggling, that goes in favor of Toronto, if you ask me. That's the kind of game that they want. They want an ugly game. They want a muddy game, down to the wire. Nobody's making their shots. It comes down to who can sit down on defense, and they sat down on defense, especially shout out to Jamal Shead for getting that 10-second violation. I think, 50 seconds left on the clock when that happened for RJ Barrett. After the go-ahead bucket, Scotty Barnes then gets to the free throw line, and then go up 1. And, the rest is history from there. But they showed some really good resilience that I did not think that this Toronto Raptors team had. And I'm really excited to see how they continue. I do think that they could possibly go and still win in Cleveland right now. James Harden hasn't looked too good, unfortunately. Donovan Mitchell looked really, really bad last game. And nobody else is making their shots anymore. Nobody else is making their shots. Jared Allen didn't look good. Evan Mobley, he looked okay coming out of the second half, but other than that, he was kind of shaky last game. But this series is really starting to get interesting, and I will definitely be tuning in a lot more. I'm not gonna lie, I only tuned into last game like really extensively, but I'm definitely gonna have to catch the rest of these games live, especially because they're not behind the Knicks and the Hawks anymore. They're not in line with those games anymore. So I don't have to just focus on the Knicks and the Hawks. Now I can focus on both of the 2-2 series that we have in this playoff series. And let's just get right into the Knicks and the Hawks. Adjustments. That's the big word for this series. Game 1, Knicks wire to wire pretty much. Atlanta didn't look good offensively, like really at all. New York, they got Cat going late in Game 1. He really rallied them. In Game 2, Atlanta showed a lot of improvement, a lot of improvement, and I shout out to Quinn Snyder for that, because I thought there was a lack of creativity in their offense in Game 1. He came around, made some adjustments to get some advantages for CJ McCollum and other guys so that they can get to their spots. And it paid off, and especially late game, CJ McCollum being the guy that he is, Wizards legend right there. CJ McCollum really, really rallied, and obviously he had the game-winning shot in that game. And they go into Game 3, same thing. Unfortunately, the Knicks didn't really make too much adjustments. So Atlanta was like, okay, we're just gonna do the same thing. We're gonna get out in transition, we're gonna defend our ass off, and when the game gets down to the nitty-gritty, we're going to give it to CJ McCollum and say, hey, do your thing, boy. Do your thing, boy. He definitely did his thing in Game 3 as they came away with that win as well. But Game 4, like I said, adjustments. Mike Brown puts Cat as the hub in their offense. Genius. Finally, genius. I'm tired of seeing Jalen Brunson pound the air out the rock at the end of the games and stuff. Let Cat be Cat. I No, I know Cat is gonna be was the X factor in this series, and they needed him to be him, and they need him to score the ball. So they need to put the ball in his hands. There's been plenty of times he's had Jonathan Kuminga, Dyson Daniels. They've put wings on Cat all series, and he just sits in the corner. He just sits in the post. There's no screen or roll. He doesn't get the ball. Like, they need to get him the ball. Simple, point blank, period. And they did that in game 4, and they ran away with this game. Simple. This is probably gonna go 7. I predict this is gonna go 7. Now, do I know who's gonna win? I don't really know. I don't know, but I do think that this is a 7-game series right here, and I'm gonna just sit back and enjoy the ride. Simple as that. I'm gonna just sit back and enjoy the ride. Now, a series that is not going 7 absolutely is the Boston Celtics versus the 76ers. That is going to be over tomorrow at 9:30. That series is going to be done. It's going to be 4-1 Boston. I don't see the 76ers getting another game. I think that they got their one game where Boston was not hitting their threes. And I mean, that's just probably not going to happen again. And I'm more than sure Joe Mazzulla and those guys would rather take the chances of that than changing anything else that they've done in this series. Obviously, as they're up 3-1, Peyton Pritchard with an amazing game yesterday, and they've just gotten quality time from all of their bench guys. Jason Tatum's looked good. Jaylen Brown's been Jaylen Brown. You can't really ask for much more on that side. On the other side, Joel Embiid came back last game. Like I said, he looked okay, but he kind of looked like he got in the way of everybody else. He looked like he got in the way of Maxey. Maxey only took 2 shots in the first half. It looked like he got in the way of Paul George. He looked like he got in the way of VJ. VJ was almost like non-existent in that first quarter. And I don't know. I just don't. I think time might be up for that boy in Philly. I think time might be up for the big guy, and it's unfortunate because I think they were starting to click during the regular season, but I think it might be too little, too late for him to come back at this point, and I do think Boston's gonna come away with that. Moving on to the West, we just gonna go through a lot of these probably quick, because I mean, like the Thunder and the Suns, once again, they play tonight. That series is probably gonna be over. They play at 9:30. The game's gonna be over midnight. The series is gonna be over at midnight. Even with J-Dub out, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Simple. Now, I understand the foul conversations and the referees and all that. I don't really like it either. But that's not gonna make me take away from who Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is in his game and how amazing that he's been, especially with J-Dub out. But it's how amazing of a player he is. He's a great player, and if you can't accept that, you just shouldn't watch basketball. And that's simple. On the other end, Phoenix, they just don't have the talent, and that's just what it is. Even you can say the refs, whatever, they could have got half the calls the entire series, and they probably would still be down 3-0. And that's just the way that cookie's gonna crumble. So, I mean, not too much more to say about that. The Lakers versus the Rockets, a series that I thought was gonna be over yesterday, but the Lakers going to get blown out, and honestly, they just look tired. Bron looked tired. He was out there just doing shit. Like, he was dead ass just out there doing shit. It was a possession where he got the ball on the wing, dribble down to the baseline. He sees a double coming. He just shoots it. I think this shit hit like side backboard or some shit. And Bronny was sitting there wide open. Like, if anybody Bron would be able to see open, I would have thought it'd be Bronny, telepathically like, hey, Dad, I'm open. I guess Bron just didn't hear him. He just shot that shit right off the backboard. But another series that I don't think is going to go on too much longer. They play Wednesday at 10 p.m. That game's going to be over at 12:30. I think this series will be over on Wednesday at 12:30. Simple as that. Rockets without KD. I don't believe them. I don't believe in them. I really don't. I don't believe in them at all. And I think the Lakers just need to get this series over with to get some much needed rest for their guys and, kind of just let the time take till Austin Reeves or Luka can get back and just prepare themselves for OKC, because that's who they're going to be facing. As for the next series, the Timberwolves versus the Nuggets, 3-1 series lead for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Anthony Edwards will be out for the next few weeks with, I believe, a hyperextension and I think a bone bruise, but if I'm not mistaken. That's a blow to them, but I do think that they can close this series out. They play tonight at 10:30. I do think they can close the series out, but I'm not gonna guarantee like the rest of them. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be, the series will be over at what, 1 a.m., whatever time this game, 10:30 start time is absolutely fucking nuts. I'm on the East Coast, dog. I have work in the morning. Can we like 9:30, 10? Like, give me something, NBA. Give me something, dog. I want to watch these games. I don't want to watch them after. I want to watch them live. Give me something, dog. Anyways, I do think the Timberwolves can come away and win this series 4-1. I think we're gonna see a really good game out of Julius Randle. Salute to Rudy Go fucking Bear. Salute to him. Earned even more of my respect in this series. Has been absolutely amazing with his defense on Jokic. Jaden McDaniels, excuse me, one of my favorite players in the league. He's just been Jaden McDaniels. Locking Jamal Murray up, doing what he does. I don't give a fuck about that shit at the end of the game. Shit, 1 second left, I got the ball all by myself. I'm gonna score too. I'm gonna get me a bucket. Simple as that. Fuck them unwritten rules, nigga. Go get a bucket. Go get a bucket. Just go get a bucket, dog. Fuck it. I'm gonna pad my stats. Everybody else padding their stats. Let me pad my stats too. Shit. Anyways, on the other side, Jokic, like I said, hasn't looked the best. He had a really good first half last game, and it looked like he was going to, get it ramping up. Rudy shut that shit down. Everybody else has just been kind of lackadaisical, and especially on the offensive end, if they ain't hitting their shots, they not defending. So it's pretty much over from there. If they can't knock down a single jumper, a single shot, they can't make their shots, like, you may as well just, send everybody back home right now. Simple as that. And for the last series, San Antonio Spurs versus the Portland Trail Blazers. This is another series that will be over tomorrow. They play at Tuesday, 9:30. This series will be over Tuesday, midnight. So Wednesday. It'll be over on Wednesday. Portland gets another day of playoffs, technically. This series will be over. Victor Wembanyama's back. That's it. Victor Wembanyama's back. They're not going to win another game. I mean, he's too good. He's just way too good. And especially if De'Aaron Fox is going to play like he played last game, Steph Castle's going to be Steph Castle. Dylan Harper is like the best rookie guard I've ever seen with my own two eyes. Let me stop lying. I watched John Wall. Of course, John Wall. But Dylan Harper's really fucking good. Dylan Harper's really good. And, I mean, you just put all these tough guards around the tallest and best defensive player that we've ever seen. It's not really much you can do over there in Portland. It's really not too much you can do. But like I said, this playoffs there's been some really good games, some really good moments, and I'm really enjoying it. And I mean, with that being said, y'all let me know in the comments, man. Give me one thing that you like about the playoffs so far, and one thing that you don't like about the playoffs so far, whether it's your team, another team, the refs, the start times of these games, the announcers, the post game, the halftime show, and anything. Something that you like, something you don't like about these playoffs so far. It's been your boy Corey from Between 94, and I'm out.